Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys, welcome back to Up and Adam Channel 2. We have some ish to discuss. You guys know that we saw the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills premiere episode this week, which I thought was really cool because I didn't even know that. And I know I said this, I just thought it was cool. I didn't know I was gonna be in the episode, like voice wise, because Jason signed the release and I didn't know about it. So that was just like a fun surprise, but it's not a flex. Don't worry. I'm not like, oh my God, these other people could never. I'm so important. It was like 3 freaking seconds. It doesn't matter. Um, anyways, back to it. We are definitely going to dive into Dorit and PK some more because a lot of people, including myself, were not happy with the way that she was so forthcoming about the alcoholic claim against PK. I just felt like, well, smash the like button. If you guys are not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's start here. Shall we? Look at old Dorit's face. Wow. She's changed a little bit. Thank you to realityt.com. Dorit Kemsley and PK have obviously separated, and the details of their split are slowly leaking during season 14 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. However, marriages are complex, so even the best unions have a fair share of stressors. But as Dorit now notes, hers is no exception. Regardless, their issues were once said to have taken root in the bottle, but according to Dorit, other factors were also at play. Okay. During season 13 of Beverly Hills, PK turned towards sobriety and he remains sober. And I think he looks great, but sadly, his marriage to Dorit is still being served on the rocks, proving that their issues involved more than just a nightcap or 5. In an interview with Decider, Dorit touched on what it was like to film for season 14, noting how hard it was to film as a newly separated Real Housewife. I started the season, PK and I separated. And she said, I had a lot of unfinished business with my co stars. Now, Dorit then reminded everyone in this interview about her difficult last few years post home invasion, which saw her struggling heavily with a lot of emotional, mental, and physical feelings. And she later realized that the PTSD had kickstarted perimenopause. Huh. Thankfully, Dorit has since found some chic supplements that are helping her to regulate these matters. Okay. Now, turning toward the topic of her separation, Dorit noted that alcohol played a part, agreeing with his wife. PK put down the bottle for a week, but something clicked inside of him, and PK realized that he felt great when not drinking. So maybe there was an issue, but once PK was sober, their issues only strengthened. Now, Dorit explained that their separation involved a lot more than just alcohol. And unfortunately, Dorit is good at her job. Therefore, she stopped herself here without giving any further details on the matter. I'm wondering if the only thing that I don't like, and I wouldn't like if I were PK, is when I first read this and heard about it, I am automatically, my mind went straight towards like other substances, maybe using other substances or abusing other substances. Like that's what I thought. I don't know about you guys. Maybe I don't know. But I wasn't thinking like, oh, well, it involved a lot more than just alcohol. Like you've already named the fighting. You've talked about the children. You've talked about the home invasion and the therapy of it all. So am I like wrong for thinking that? I mean, I'm not just like assuming, I'm just the way that I feel like it was presented. And this is why sometimes if you're not listening to an interview, it's kind of something like a text message. When you text somebody and they say like, hey, it'll be fine, whatever. And you text back and you say K. And they're like, K? Oh, is she mad at me? What happened? And you're like, no, bitch, I'm not mad at you. I just said, oh, I said K. Is that bad? It's a bad thing. But it gets lost in translation. Maybe she knew but Dorit is a very smart woman. See, and that's why I'm like, I feel like she knew what she was doing here. I don't know if this was lost in translation, but okay. Moving on, moving on. So there was another big issue. Thank you to Reality Blur, but Dorit Kemsley is clapping back after fans asked why she told Bose about PK's alcohol issues after 5 minutes of meeting, where Garcel also reacted to. On the season 14 premiere of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Dorit told multiple people that her husband, who she recently separated from, is an alcoholic. And the disclosure seemed abrupt with Bose, but the newbie listened to Dorit with compassion and understanding. It was on Threads where Garcelle responded to a fan asking, "Why is Dorit telling someone she just met 5 minutes ago that PK is an alcoholic?" And Garcelle then wrote, "Okay." And the only reason I said okay was because it was an O and a K and a question mark and 4 exclamation points, which is not an okay. It's a okay. Okay. I'm really good with that one. I use okay all the time. And I can identify a good okay. Now, soon after, Dorit clapped back. Hmm. If you follow PK, you know he's been very open, honest, and brave about his alcoholism and journey with sobriety, something I'm incredibly proud of him for. She then praised her friendship with Bo, saying, "When you have an immediate and genuine connection with someone whom you just met and they make it super easy to open up to them, the result is two women bonding over difficult times in their lives and the beginning of a beautiful friendship." Okay. Back in June, PK revealed that he's been sober for 6 months. On Father's Day, the greatest gift I can give my 5 kids is to remain sober. Now, he shared an image with the words 12 steps at the top. Grateful and proud to say, "This weekend I'm 6 months. Happy Father's Day to all of you great dads out there doing your best." And in the season 13 reunion, Dorit, who was still with PK at the time, addressed their marital issues, saying PK was drinking a lot and he's a drinker. And I just think that it's very difficult to have clear headed conversations when he's drinking so much. So he gave up drinking. That was a very pivotal moment. Pivotal moment, not pivotal. I'm like fumbling over my words. So things are, knock on wood, as good as they could possibly be. Well, that took a turn for the worst, as we all know. And Andy Cohen did ask, like, were you telling the truth at the reunion when you said, "Oh my God, we could not be better"? Or was that for real? And she said, no, it was for real in that moment. We couldn't have been better. But maybe, just maybe, when you took yourself out of the bottle and you weren't self medicating, maybe you started to realize that there's a lot of things that you don't like about your partner. And maybe the reason that you were self medicating so much was because there were a lot of things that you don't like about your partner. And maybe you just now being able to look at it and not being able to like yourself down a tube, you're kind of just looking at it through a clearer lens like, you know what? This ain't it. This ain't it. She ain't it. That ain't it. You ain't it. This ain't it. This marriage ain't it. And we're separating. Even though Dorit did say, though, on Watch What Happens Live, that they have not talked about divorce. They don't plan on getting a divorce. They don't think that they plan on getting a divorce. It's not even been a topic of of conversation right now. They're just separated. But I kind of find that hard to believe a little bit because when people separate, normally the next conversation would be the topic of like, are we enjoying the separation? Do we want to get back together? What is it? But I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you guys are not subscribed, Up and Adam channel, do. And I feel like fairy godmother, do. And we'll see you next time. Love you guys.